Hello, everyone. This is Eldoc with Eldoc Gaming, and we are in D&D Beyond, which is a website that is done by Wizards of the Coast. It's used to generate characters for D&D 5th edition, and you can also get digital books, etc., etc., etc. What we're talking about today is in the D&D Beyond character generator. Once you have the character made, you have the ability to roll the dice within the character sheet, which is nice. It also, the nice thing is it gives you a log of the dice rolls that happen, and the DM can see all those rolls and just makes it real easy, especially if you're having players that are remote, etc. All right, so first thing I'm going to show you is under the Actions tab in all, you can roll your damage for your, let's say, for your melee weapons and your ranged weapons. So under hit DC, this is what you're going to roll to actually see if you hit the creature that you're attacking. So let's say I'm using the Flame Tongue Rapier here. And then I click this. +5 is just the +5 I have to hit. And then when it rolls the dice, I had a really bad roll, so there's a good chance I maybe didn't hit. But let's assume for sake of argument that I did. And then what you do is then you go over to damage here. You click on that, and we'll roll the damage dice, and then we'll add it up as you see here. Like I rolled a 6, so I did 8 damage. All right, so next up are spells. So spells, if you go to the Spells tab, there's various spells that don't require any rolling. Let's go to Thunderwave. Thunderwave is a first level spell that does thunder damage. Unless they get a con save, then it does less damage. But okay, so basically a couple things in here. First of all, you want to hit cast so it shows that you cast the spell, and what that does is that marks your spell slots that you're allowed to use. Unless it's a spell that doesn't use a spell slot. That's a conversation for a different time. Anyway, so if we click the button here, it roll the damage. It was a great damage, but anyway, that was 3 points of damage with Thunderwave. All right, so moving on. The other thing that happens a lot of times is you have to do skill checks for certain things. Like, let's say you're interested in the historical significance of something, so you can roll a history check. So same thing, you click on the plus, and it will roll the check. I probably didn't learn much. In fact, I probably learned bad history there. But anyway, it rolled a 4. So, and like I said, the nice thing is it logs everything right here, so you can see. And next is going to be saving throws. So saving throws, sometimes you get a situation where you have to make a save, like a creature casts a spell against you, and you have to save, let's say, like a con save, like the last spell. So in that case, what you're going to do is you're going to click on this. And if it was at least a 10, then you save the saving throw. Lastly is initiative. So initiative, you can roll the same way. You just click here, and it rolls. So your initiative roll was 5 in that situation. All right, and that is pretty much it. Obviously, if you have any questions, definitely get a hold of your DM, and thanks for listening.